few days ago, OnlyFans says we're not showing sexually explicit material anymore. We're not showing the act anymore, meaning we ain't showing porn anymore. Everybody went crazy, including Danielle, because she said, y'all talked about it without me, and you can't do that. So Danielle jumped on a plane and flew over here and said, you're going to hear my opinion. That was yesterday. 24 hours later, OnlyFans says, back to porn. So where does this put us now, Danielle?
Well, okay, so everybody and their mom was texting me, calling me, Snapchatting me, like, oh my God, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And, at first I was like, well, damn, it's not like I rely on it that much. What do people think of me? Like, I don't have anything else going for me in my life.
Well, you put it out there a lot.
Well, I do put it out there a lot, and I do make good money off of that. I got my bag, I got my piece of the pie. It is a $4 billion industry, a year, and I'm thankful for the money that I've made off of it. But I just think that, I was a little confused about it because they want to cancel the payment. The American Express and the MasterCard people didn't want to do it, but it's like payment processing is going on in strip clubs and selling all types of things that have to do with sexual content. So I was just really confused about it and wanted to hear what you guys had to say about that. But now that they've kind of renegotiated it, I guess. Now, I almost thought it was always a publicity stunt, because what ended up happening when Corey posted about my OnlyFans, people were like, oh, I got to get in on it, but before it cancels. So I went from having, 100 subscribers to having like 400 subscribers, which that's quadruple the money, which is amazing for me. And I'm thinking, I just really hope that they don't really cancel this. And they didn't. And so now it's like, wow, this is wonderful.
So back when they were canceling it yesterday, what were you going to say?
That's the thing, is that I don't know what I was going to say. I just wanted to come and talk about it with you guys. Like, I don't really have, I just wanted to talk about it. And because what Corey was saying is that Danielle's doing all this crazy stuff online and it's XXXXX. And I was just like, no, Corey, don't say that. I mean, it ended up helping me financially and I'm thankful for that. But it's not like I'm like doing all these things.
Danielle, first of all, this is what I was saying with OnlyFans members and creators. Just it is what it is.
Yeah.
You're saying like I don't do all these things. You do all those things. I haven't been to your OnlyFans, but somebody sent me, the things that are on there, and it is what I'm telling everybody. This is what, and I still say that there's probably more going on. I don't think this was a publicity stunt. I don't think that this is something that is even going to that's going to go back and it's going to be done, because I've always said with OnlyFans, they're trying to toe this line between being we're a creative platform. Oh, but we also do, we do. We don't want to say the word, but porn. And so people go on there. Sometimes people go on there and they go on to OnlyFans thinking like, well, now I can, be as freaky as I want to, but, I can do it under the title of as a creator.
Right.
And it's like, no, because I'm not looking down on anybody that doesn't. I have respect for porn and, up to a certain extent, when it's not racist, when it's not completely sexist, when it's not, we're not getting into weird categories like rape and, let's make people look like they're underage girls even though they're legal. There's some weird shit that goes on with porn. It's not 100% like cool, but I have nothing against sex workers. I have nothing against people who make money with sex. Not at all. If you're trying to act like a company that's going out and getting mainstream investments, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
You're going to be hitting up certain establishments and banks and whatnot, and say what you will.
Anytime you do sexual content, anything with drugs, anything like that, there's going to be a layer of risk associated that you have to be prepared for your future.
Yeah, you have to go in. I say either go one or the other. You can't act like you're a Patreon and then be Pornhub at the same time.
But I don't know why it bugged me. Maybe I just needed to talk it out a little bit, but it bugged me a little bit that I had all these people that love me. I'm like, I'm 35 years old. Like, do you really think that OnlyFans shutting their doors is going to be the end of my quality of life?
You just don't understand how much you put your sexuality out there and, proudly do so, and then get bugged when people think like, they ask you about your sexuality that you would put out there.
It's a little overwhelming when you get 60 messages. You wake up to 60 text messages and 30 missed calls, and it's just like, gee whiz, guys, like, it's just OnlyFans. Like, I'm not...
Well, because you were really proud of it, and you put it out there. But
that's the thing is, I don't plug OnlyFans at all.
But you have, flown here and talked about how much it's helped you and how much it's done this, so you can't blame people. If people did that on any other day, it would be like, okay, this is a little weird, but this is something that happened on that day. It made huge news.
Yeah.
And since people... And I don't think people are asking you this because they were they were asking because they thought you couldn't do anything else. They were asking because you knew about it and they were concerned and they just wanted to get your opinion on it.
Yeah.
Because people were curious. For some people, you're probably the only person that they know that was on there, and so they were going to be concerned.
That'd be the case for me.
Well, my opinion is that it is a very high risk, high reward platform, and I realize I probably signed my soul to the devil and might lose some opportunities in the future that I would have wanted. But to me, the money that I've made and the opportunities that I've had are completely worth it.
You're getting defensive right now for no reason.
That's
Nobody
what I'm
said you
saying.
couldn't do anything. Nobody.
Yeah.
This is you being paranoid about it. Nobody made you talk sex about things. Nobody made you do anything.
Yeah.
You did this. So when you do that, just like I realize that and anybody else, when you put that out there, you got to be prepared for people to address it sometime. The reason I'm not even blaming you for anything. I think you got really defensive for no reason.
Yeah, and I don't like that about me. Like, what am I getting defensive for? It's not like I really give a fuck. I mean, I'm the one that signed up. I'm the one that's posting the stuff. I'm the one that's cashing the check. So
yeah, I'm just trying to understand what your distress is.
I don't know. That's why I said just forget about it. No,
I've never have I ever come in and said that what you were doing here was a bad thing.
No.
If I did, I wouldn't even let you come on here and talk about it.
Yeah, I know, and I'm shocked that you are so supportive, and that's another reason why I was like, holy shit, like Corey's super supportive of this.
If you really want people to know all these other things that you do, then start putting that out there with as much equal energy as you put all this other stuff out here.
Yeah.
Come on here and talk, because every time you come on, you talk about how you're wild and crazy. You talk about the crazy times, and they're great for a laugh, and I love talking about them, and I don't think it's doing you any harm.
Yeah.
But if you want people to know that there's this other side to Danielle, then come on and just learn how to market that as well.
Yeah, I guess I just don't really care at all. I just was overwhelmed with the messages. Like, maybe it was just my ego.
That's why I tell people, if you're gonna do porn, you better be prepared to embrace it. And Danielle, I'm just telling the truth. You're doing porn. I saw it. And you're doing porn, and it's nothing, and there's no judgment or anything wrong with that. Who am I to sit here and tell you not to do what you do? But I just want people to stop trying to, because this is, again, it adds another negative stigma to sex work. When people want to come up here and say, "Oh, well, I'm doing all of this and all of this and all of this," and you want to try to like maneuver around it any way you can to say. To prevent from saying you're doing porn.
I guess for me, when people say sex work or porn, it doesn't feel like that because I'm just with somebody I would have had sex with anyways, and it's a 30-second clip, and it's not like anything other than a 30-second clip that I'm...
I look at 30-second clips all the time.
Oh.
Sometimes all you need is 30 seconds.
Yeah, all I need is 30 seconds. And shit, that might be too long. You know what? I watch 30-second clips all the time. You know where I see them? On porn sites.
Really?
Yeah.
And if it's not enough, you just hit replay.
The lesson here is that you're getting defensive, and that's you.
Yeah.
And you got to stop doing that. You got to embrace what you do. You are smart, and you're very well aware of the consequences of what you do, and you will
be fine.
You will meet some consequences. It will have some probably negative connotations and consequences later.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to stick with you, and I think that you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just embrace what you do.
Yeah.
And if you want people to see a different side of you, then put that out there and quit doing all the other crazy shit.
No, I don't give a fuck what side people see of me. I just don't. Next time,
no, you do, because if you didn't, then you wouldn't be up here talking about this right now.
I guess you're right. I just don't want. Next time OnlyFans puts a press release out, I don't need to be notified. Okay, I got it. I got the emails directly from OnlyFans sent to me. I don't need it from 75 other people. So thank you guys for your concern. I'm good.
I deal with shitty people all the time saying the craziest things about me, and sometimes it sets me off because I'll just like yell. Sometimes. It's actually kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
He's waiting for you. Whoever's talking about.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that enjoys that. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I try not to do it as much because I know it comes across wrong. But there's so much more that all of us have to deal with.
Yeah.
And you just have to accept that. This is the position that we're in.
Just be cool. Just be cool. Buy your videos.
I'm glad I'm giving you that last word right there. Be cool.
Just be cool, dog. Like,
all right.
please.